So about 36 hours to go for the first vote to be cast in this general election. Let's talk about Tamil Nadu as promised. 39 seats up for grabs, 40 if you count Puducherry as well. But let's take a look at some of the seats that you need to watch out for in Tamil Nadu. Why is there so much focus on this state? It's because some of your biggest political names are all in the poll fray this time. Let's take a look at some of the VIP seats that you need to watch out for. First is Karthi Chidambaram in Sivaganga. It's a stronghold, it's a safe seat, it's a family bastion. So it's expected to be a big battle there in Sivaganga, one that Karthi Chidambaram is confident of winning. Chennai South is going to be a very interesting one. I was there a couple of days ago. You have the BJP fielding Tamilisai Soundararajan. She's been out to the campaign trail, actively canvassing for votes up against T. Sumati, also known as Tamilichi Thangapandian. She is the incumbent MP right now. And then you have Dr. Jayavardhan, D. Jayakumar's son, former AIADMK minister. He's won previously, 2019. He was defeated by Tamilichi Thangapandian. Let's take a look at some more of those VIP seats that you can watch out for. Thoothukudi, you've got Kanimozhi there once again contesting. Expected to be an easy battle for her. This is a seat in which she's won handsomely previously as well. So she'll be counting on doing that once again. But it is also one of the factors in Thoothukudi that we've seen massive rainfall leading to endless problems. This is perhaps a battle everyone's far too familiar with right now. What will happen in Coimbatore? You've got three big wigs. Interestingly, all three making their debut in this particular election. The Tamil Nadu BJP chief K. Annamalai up against Ganapathy Rajkumar of the DMK, who was previously mayor with the AIADMK in Coimbatore. So is a local boy in that sense. Singai Ramachandran of the AIADMK, also a very, very strong candidate. All three of them will be squaring off in Coimbatore in what promises to be a very, very close contest that many say will actually go down to the wire. Let's take a look at a few more. Dayanidhi Maran in Chennai Central. A high-stakes battle, of course, for Maran. This is the DMK stronghold of Chennai Central. The AIADMK has handed over this particular seat to their ally, the DMDK. Vinod Selvam has been fielded by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and there are questions about whether he can actually be a giant slayer in this election. So those are just a few of the seats that we'd like to focus on. Let me bring in on this broadcast Shilpa Nair as well as Pramod Madhav as well. Good evening to both of you. Shilpa, if I can begin with you. Campaigning officially coming to an end. It's curtains down. We know M.K. Stalin was out there campaigning for one last time. Every politician going that extra mile today to ensure that they make their last-ditch efforts to woo voters in Tamil Nadu.
Well, absolutely. In fact, just a short while back, Chief Minister and DMK Chief M.K. Stalin concluded his election campaign here in Chennai. Chennai, of course, is considered a DMK fort, and he, of course, chose to end his election campaign by campaigning for the Chennai Central and Chennai South constituencies. And behind me is that stage where the Chief Minister was addressing the public and the voters just a short while back. And right before the time, struck 6, the Chief Minister, of course, ended his campaign speech because this the official campaigning period ends today for the first phase of the general elections. Now, as far as the DMK campaign is concerned, Udayanidhi today was in Coimbatore, which the DMK believes is going to be a hot seat. It is a high-stake battle for all the three parties there. So to give DMK its final push, DMK's Udayanidhi Stalin, the star campaigner of the party, was in Coimbatore campaigning for Ganapathy Rajkumar, whom they fielded against Annamalai, the BJP chief, and also Singai Ramachandran of the AIADMK. Now, to speak about the other star leaders or the main leaders of Tamil Nadu, EPS, of course, was in his hometown of Salem. He was undertaking a road show and also addressing a public meeting in favor of the AIADMK candidate there. And Annamalai, of course, was stationed in Coimbatore, doing that groundwork to ensure that they reached the maximum number of voters. In fact, when we met Annamalai recently, he said the BJP in Coimbatore is fighting for each and every vote. That's how tough this election is going to be in Coimbatore for the BJP.
Correct.
So he, of course, leaving no stone unturned and ensuring that he camps out in Coimbatore, reaches out to the voters because, come April 19th, the voters of Coimbatore will decide the fate of Annamalai. So that is the reason why he was also there. So overall, we've seen a very high-pitched election battle here in Tamil Nadu.
Let's recap some of
DMK,
those moments also. Shilpa, just stay with me. I want to bring in Pramod Madhav also on this broadcast. Pramod, you've been covering, of course, you've been on the campaign trail for the last many months. To you, what are really the issues that political parties really raised in the run-up to this election in Tamil Nadu?
Well, Akshita, we can clearly say one thing. The mandate of DMK was very clear. Even before they could go ahead with the talks and things like that, it looked like they have already confirmed what is going to happen with their like strong allies, Congress and various other parties, CPM, CPI. So they were concentrating on gathering the minority votes and the women votes, which they have done so, because every campaign, the Chief Minister, he speaks about the special schemes for women, that is like free bus, 1,000 rupees for like home owners and such, and school students, how it is like causing a major kind of like a positivity for the people, women in particular in the state of Tamil Nadu. That has been his strong point. Then he's criticizing the Prime Minister. Even though the natural calamity state faced back in December, the Chief Minister has been constantly targeting the centre, claiming that no funds were released, but DMK from the DMK government has already given 6,000 rupees to all those affected in the district. So that way, DMK is going ahead with it. BJP, on the other hand, they are concentrating on issues of dynasty politics and corruption. Now, the drug menace and also Kachativu. However, Kachativu and drug menace are not resonating much, but it looks like BJP wants to concentrate on that only. But one important aspect is that even though DMK does not claim that they are not worried about Annamalai, DMK's minister TRB Raja was stationed in Coimbatore and he was personally taking care of the campaign over there. So that also speaks a bit of like what exactly is happening on the ground in Coimbatore. Rest, as you mentioned, every other seat for now, DMK is actually like the Chief Minister went to various places and he has also done the campaign over there and raised all these issues against.
These are the issues that political parties have raised. What really resonates with the voter, we'll know on June 4th. The day after is when all of the voters in Tamil Nadu will be coming out to cast their vote. And from Pramod and Shilpa, you could sense essentially that the focus right now is largely on Coimbatore and which way that seat will actually go. Pramod, Shilpa, thank you very much for joining us. We'll catch up with you, of course, on April 19th, when the people of Tamil Nadu, after this kind of a hectic campaign, will have their say.